Callum, first and foremost, the manager keeps signing players. He's just signed one in your position, effectively. How do you view that as a long-standing member of the group?
No, it's fine. Listen, that's football. He's coming in to help the group and as many good players as we can get at the club that push the standard, and then ultimately that's going to make us a successful football club, and that's what we want. So modern day football, people carry big squads, teams carry big squads, and you're going to need them with the amount of games. So it's all good. He's come in, he's looked good, he speaks good English, and we're happy to have him on board.
You've got an ever-growing squad. Does that become difficult as captain sometimes to keep everyone happy because people want to play, or does it progress in competitions like this that help you do that?
Yeah, it's obviously a bit of both. That competitive nature comes out in the players, and obviously ultimately if you've got the jersey and you're playing well, then you'll keep it, and the players that come in are designed to test you and help you as a group. So that competitive edge is always good, I think, in football. It keeps you sharp and it keeps you hungry. So we just got to use the players that we've got at our disposal to keep pushing the group every day and try to improve. One, collectively, and then individually as well, we'll get better.
We're at that time of year when players are maybe making decisions about what they do regarding their careers. Do you ever get involved in that and speak to boys when maybe they are frustrated and looking elsewhere or pondering what they do next?
Listen, my role is obviously to listen to the players. If they come to me and they've got a problem, then I'll try and fix it, and that's in any capacity of the game, in terms of football, anything at the club, anything in their personal life. I'm there to help them, and I let them know that. But I won't go and actively seek conversations, because that's the players have their own career and they work for the club and they play for the club. So ultimately they'll make their own decision. But everybody knows that I'm there to help them if they need it.
Just on the semi-final, then obviously trophy years. A real hunger, I imagine, to keep hold of it and start this winning trend, this cycle, this season of winning trophies.
Yeah, of course. When the cup competitions come around, then straight away, you've got that desire to win. I don't think that'll ever change in me personally. It doesn't matter how many trophies you win, you want the next one, and when the next one comes up, then straight away you're hungry for it. So, of course, that's the ambition of the group as well. We know that it'll be a tough game at the weekend. It was a tough game last weekend for us, so they'll come and they'll make it difficult, and it's about what we bring to the game, how desperate we are to win, and obviously go and show everybody what a good football team we are, and we've been preparing well this week, and like I say, come Saturday we want to show everybody what type of team we are.
How much will this differ from the weekend
I mean, obviously it's a cup game, it's knockout football, so anything can happen in any game really, but especially cup games, they sometimes throw up something different, and we've got to be prepared, which we have been doing in training, but we're trying to prepare for all eventualities in the game, and like I say, when it comes Saturday and the game kicks off, then we have to be ready.
Just how special was
last season's, Callum, when you became a cup winning captain, not just a cup winning member of a squad, but you were the guy that went up and lifted that and kick-start your kind of captaincy role, your first season as skipper?
Yeah, it was great. I think a big moment for the group, a big moment for me personally obviously as well, but more importantly a big moment for the group. I think it solidified all the good work that we've been doing since pre-season, and once you sort of get a trophy in the bag, it kind of solidifies that and keeps everybody on the right track and knowing that you're on your way to success. So I think that sort of first bit's always important, but I just touched on it again there. Last season doesn't mean anything for us now. It's about this season, and it's about the next game, and we got to show that hunger that we want to be successful again.
You filled a big pair of shoes to take the captain's armband. Was that conscious in your mind, or did you think, Callum McGregor, I'm not Scott Brown, but the comparisons were going to come as soon as you assumed the role?
Yeah, of course. I've been in football long enough to know that it's a ruthless sport, and people are just waiting for you to fail, and you try and limit that as much as you possibly can. So of course I had to find my own way in the role. You're following a very successful captain. You have to be successful, not because of that, but because you're now the captain and you're now sort of spearheading the club in that sense on the pitch. So that becomes your responsibility. So that's something that I carry with me every day. I try and push the standards every day in training, and try to make sure that the group is hungry for success, and when it comes to the big moments, then hopefully we can deliver more often than not.
Can I ask a bit of insight into how you as captain go about that, and maybe how it maybe differs from your predecessor?
Probably won't differ too much, to be honest. It's a club that's, you know, dipped in success through its history, and it was successful before Scott got it. It was successful before I got it. Our job while we're in that role is to continue that success and continue the good work that's been done, continue the values of the club. We want to respect each other every day when we come to work, and we want to get better and challenge each other to get better. And I think that's where success starts, is every day. It's habits, it's good habits, it's turning up to training on time, preparing well, training hard as you possibly can, trying to improve as a player. And then when you get the opportunity at the weekend, then you want to show everybody what a good player you are, and what a good side that you've got.
When you look at some other countries, I think it's fair to say that not all of them, especially the top clubs, take the cups as seriously as here in Scotland. Why do you think that is?
I think because at big clubs you have to win, and I think especially in this country you're under pressure. If you're at a big club, then you're under pressure to deliver success, and every time a trophy comes around you have to win it, and you have to be successful, and if you don't, then it's regarded as a failure. So, you know, that's the pressure that we live with, playing at a big club, and especially in this country. So it's just part and parcel of the game up here.
Derek McInnes was very complimentary about Celtic after the weekend. He said this current Celtic side was as good as any during his spell management, which was quite a long time. You've been here a long time as well. Would you agree with that, and how do you compare maybe this Celtic team to ones you've been part of in the past?
You know, obviously nice when people speak good about the group, and I think up to this point, then, you know, he's right. We've been very easy on the eye. We've scored a lot of goals. Defensively, we've been good. We won 2 of the 3 trophies last season. So, you know, it's a nice comparison. In terms of teams that I've played in, I've played in some really good teams as well that have won a lot of trophies. So there is a lot of comparisons between the two. But I think the one thing that stays constant is the sort of hunger in the group to be successful. Of course, you can have good players, score a lot of goals, but you have to have a real desire to win. And when the big moments come, then you have to deliver in the big moments. And I think that's what separates the good teams for the great teams. So, you know, like I said, if we have all those good habits and we have that hunger and desire to win, then hopefully when the big moments come around, then we can be successful.
Just getting back to what you were saying about the demands of winning every trophy, winning every game, has that maybe been the biggest achievement over the last 18 months, that a lot of new players came in and they seem to have, you know, they've kind of caught on right away that what is expected of them? Was that difficult to achieve at the start? Is it just seemed natural now when you've got that mentality?
I think when we first got together as a group last season, I think the talk externally was, you know, it's a transition year, but, you know, they was talking about that inside the building. We were fully focused on trying to build this team as quickly as we could, and let's not kid ourselves on, if we weren't successful in the first season, you know, we might not be sitting here. So that's the level of scrutiny that's at this club, and you have to be successful and you have to win. So we knew that when we were building a new team, we had to win quickly. But again, that's just part and parcel of it. So the guys that came in had that hunger. The guys who were there were trying to prove people wrong and trying to get that success back to the football club. So I think when you bring all that together along with good players, then, you know, hopefully more times than not you'll be successful.
Did you take that personally, Callum, that transition year not on your watch? Because Celtic, there's a demand for success here, and you were thinking,
yeah, exactly,
Celtic don't do transition years.
Yeah, exactly, and that was a message within the building. You know, let's not kid ourselves on, they don't. So we have to be successful. That's the crux of it, and how to get there. Of course, there's many different ways to get there, but I believe that, you know, if you work hard and you give everything every day, then you've got a better chance of being successful than not. So, you know, that's my take on it.
This place has been good to you, hasn't it? Even from a youth player, you've had a fair bit of success here.
Yeah, I have. Again, that'll not count for much come the weekend, but it's always nice to have, you know, those little memories that are good to you, and you have a good feeling about coming here. But like I said, we have to prepare for the game at the weekend, and if we don't turn up and we don't do all the right things, then we won't be successful. So you know, that's a challenge for us come the weekend.
Just going to the game with the Kilmarnock on Saturday, the first 44 minutes made it quite tough for you. Is that a kind of reminder, if you didn't need one, but a reminder of coming into this game that you can't take anything for granted?
Yeah, of course. You know, it's quite unique that obviously you play them sort of back to back, once in the league and then once in the cup. So obviously we got a bit of feel for them for last week. Cup football's always different though. That, you know, if you don't perform, you're out, and everybody knows that. So we know it'll be a tough game. They'll come with nothing to lose. So we have to be ready. We've got to be prepared for all the eventualities in the game, and like I say, we turn up, we show that hunger and we show the quality, then hopefully we'll have enough to progress.
You're doing well in the league, obviously. 9 clear, semi-final League Cup, Scottish Cup to come. You've played in treble-winning teams before. How much of this squad got a treble in them, do you feel?
I was waiting on that one. Nah, listen, you've probably heard me say it half times now. You know, we focus on the next game, and the next game is the biggest, and that's Saturday.
Last season we heard Ange talk about how the League Cup victory, getting that first trophy, helped spur the team on for the rest of the season. Is that something that you can take again this year? That first trophy is so important.
Yeah, of course. I've touched on it there. I think it was vital for the group. Just sort of keeps you going in the right track, and lets everybody know that you're doing some good things at the training ground. So it's a similar mindset again this year. Obviously with full preparation on the game at the weekend. If we progress to the final, then, you know, we'll look at that when it comes. But you know, it's always important to win.
Then maybe talking about treble.
Callum, how are you taking to likes of giving those team talks in the huddle and all that? Is that second nature to you, or does that still worry you, or do you get nerves about doing even stuff like that?
No, I feel, you know, pretty settled in it now. Just like experience comes the more times you do it, it becomes more natural. And the one thing I always wanted to do was be authentic with the group, and you know, you find your own way of getting information across, and that's what I seem to be doing. So, you know, hopefully that continues.